you will not believe how ugly this divorce has become. What started as a $300 million settlement has turned into a huge legal battle, full of shocking leaks, hidden money, and accusations no one saw coming, just when you thought it could not get any worse. New evidence has come to light that could change everything. So, what exactly did Doe reveal? And how did this once powerful couple go from huge mansions to fighting each other in court? Stay tuned, because this story is about to take a big turn. Divorces in the world of the rich and famous do not always go the way people expect, and this one is definitely no exception. Fame is never easy, but when you add hundreds of millions of dollars, betrayal, and a former partner revealing secrets, things get really messy. Jackie and Doe's marriage used to be the perfect example of luxury and power, a fairy tale built on wealth, status, and a lifestyle most people could only dream about. But, as we all know, not everything that shines is gold. Now, with $300 million at stake, legal teams are digging deep, ugly secrets are coming to light, and Doe's latest move has left everyone in shock. So, what exactly happened? What went wrong between Jackie and Doe? How did their once perfect relationship turn into one of the messiest breakups anyone can remember? And most importantly, who is truly going to walk away as the winner in this battle? Make sure you stay with us, because the details of this case will leave you shocked. Before we jump into the shocking drama of their messy divorce, let us take a step back and look at how Jackie and Doe's relationship even began. To the public, like the perfect couple. Glamorous, successful, and deeply in love. Jackie, a big name in the entertainment world, and Doe, a self-made millionaire with an empire he built from the ground up, seemed like the perfect couple. When they got together, their love story felt like something from a movie. They were always seen at fancy events, enjoying romantic getaways, and attending exclusive parties. Their social media was full of pictures showing private jets, diamond gifts, and trips to the world's most beautiful places. But behind closed doors, things were not as perfect as they seemed. People close to the couple say their relationship had many struggles. The couple have revealed that red flags were there from the start. Doe was known for being a control freak, obsessed with how things looked on the outside, rather than how they actually were. Meanwhile, Jackie, deeply in love, was always walking on eggshells, afraid that the slightest disagreement could trigger one of Doe's infamous outbursts. Despite the cracks of their relationship, they got married in a high-profile, multi-million-dollar wedding that had the entire world watching from the outside. It looked like their story seemed like a fairy tale, but behind the scenes, problems were already starting to build. As we all know, when money and egos clash, it does not take long before everything falls apart. But here's where it gets really interesting. Jackie and Doe's marriage did not fall apart all of a sudden. There were warning signs that many people ignored. So, what were those signs, and how did things get out of control so quickly? Stay with us, because this is where the story takes a big turn. Before we dive into the shocking drama before we get into the messy divorce, let us take a moment to look at how Jackie and Doe's relationship even started. Let us be honest, no one ever expected it to end like this. To the public, they looked like the perfect power couple, glamorous, successful, and deeply in love. Jackie, a well-known figure in the entertainment world, had built a brand that earned her respect, while Doe, a self-made millionaire, turned his rags-to-riches story into a successful empire. When they got together, the media could not get enough of their love. Stories seemed like something out of a fairy tale, red-carpet appearances, interviews filled with sweet words and stolen glances, and social media posts that made it seem like they were living the dream. Every anniversary, every birthday, every major milestone was celebrated with over-the-top romantic gestures. Think private islands, expensive jewelry, and designer gifts that most people could only dream of. But behind closed doors, things weren't as picture-perfect as they seemed. The red flags no one paid attention to, sources close to. The couple has since shared that the warning signs were there from the start. Despite his public charm and polished image, Doe had a reputation for being controlling. He was not just focused on success, he was obsessed with how things appeared. Everything had to look perfect, even when it was not. From what Jackie wore to how she spoke in interviews, Doe had an opinion on it all. Some even said he treated their relationship more like a business deal than a marriage. Jackie, on the other hand, was deeply in love and chose to overlook these warning signs. Jackie, deeply in love, often ignored the warning signs, thinking Doe's demanding nature was just part of his high standards. People close to her say she was always careful, worried that one wrong move might upset him. But since Doe never showed his anger in public, very few people knew what was really happening behind closed doors. Even with the cracks starting to show, they moved ahead, celebrating their love with a wedding that looked like something from a Hollywood movie. It was the wedding that made everyone believe Jackie and Doe were perfect for each other. If there was ever a moment when the world truly believed in their love, it was then. We're destined for forever. It was on their wedding day. The ceremony was a multi-million-dollar event that had the entire world watching. We're talking A-list celebrity guests with a dress worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and a reception that looked like something out of a royal fantasy. Every detail was meticulous. Elle planned out the diamond-encrusted champagne glasses and the custom-made gold-trimmed invitations. Social media went into a frenzy with fans gushing over the couple's undeniable chemistry. But here's the part: no one saw it coming, not even on their wedding day. There were clear signs that something was not right. Rumors started spreading that Jackie was in tears just hours before the ceremony. She was locked away in a private suite with her closest friends, trying to calm down. Some people said she had serious doubts about the marriage, but felt too trapped to back out. Meanwhile, Doe seemed more focused on making sure the cameras captured his best angles than on paying attention to Jackie. Witnesses say he was busy giving orders to the wedding planners, making sure everything looked perfect, while Jackie seemed to be struggling. Everything looked perfect for the world to see, but perfect looks don't guarantee a perfect marriage. And as we all know, when money and egos collide, it's only a matter of time before everything comes crashing down. But here's where it gets really interesting. Jackie and Doe's marriage didn't just fall apart overnight. There were warning signs that many people ignored. So what were those signs, and how did things spiral out of control? So quickly, stay tuned, because this is where the story takes. As time passed, the cracks in Jackie and Doe's perfect marriage became impossible to ignore. At first, the changes were small, and only those closest to them could notice. The couple, once seen together at almost every public event, started appearing separately more often. Their social media posts, which were once full of big declarations of love, became less frequent and less personal. People close to Jackie started to see a change in her. She went from being a bright, confident woman to someone who seemed more tired and distant. Jackie started to change. She went from being a bright, confident woman to someone who seemed tired, emotionally drained, and always on edge. Then there was Doe. Although he kept his smooth, polished public image, his behavior behind closed doors was becoming more unpredictable. Reports started to come out that he was spending more and more time away from home, saying he was focused on business. At first, Jackie believed it because both of them had demanding careers. But when she began hearing rumors about Doe's late-night outings and strange spending habits, doubts began to fill her mind. Then came the first major public sign that something was seriously wrong: the shocking incident that made headlines. It all started at a high-profile charity gala. The event was supposed to be another dazzling night for the couple, a chance to show the world that their love was still strong. Jackie arrived looking as stunning as ever, but something was off. He was nowhere to be seen. Normally, the two would make a grand entrance together, smiling into the cameras and giving off that perfect power couple vibe. But on this particular night, Jackie walked the red carpet alone, carefully avoiding questions about where Doe was. Speculation spread quickly online. Was he sick? Was he out of town? Or was this just another sign that their marriage was falling apart? The truth came just hours later, and it was worse than anyone could have imagined. That same night, while Jackie was at the gala alone, Doe was seen at an exclusive VIP lounge in another city. Not for work, but for fun. Paparazzi photos showed him getting too close to a woman who was definitely not Jackie. Within minutes, the images went viral. Social media erupted with outrage, and fans began demanding answers. Jackie, ever the professional, remained silent, but those close to her later revealed that this was the moment she knew their marriage was really over. Yet despite this very public betrayal, Jackie still wasn't ready to throw in the towel she wanted. To believe that Doe's behavior could be explained, maybe it was a misunderstanding, maybe the media had twisted the narrative. Maybe there was still something left to fight. Then came the moment that destroyed any last hope of saving their marriage: the secret accounts. Where did all the money go? While Jackie was still trying to deal with the shame of Doe's public scandal, she found something even more shocking: financial problems that could not be ignored. Jackie had always been involved in their finances. She was not just a trophy wife, she was a smart, business-savvy woman who knew how to manage money. But when she started looking closely at their shared accounts, she found things that just did not make sense. Adding up, millions of dollars were missing. At first, she thought it had to be a mistake, a clerical error, a miscalculation. But the deeper she looked, the clearer the picture became. Doe had been moving money into secret accounts, withdrawing large sums with no explanation, and spending obscene amounts on luxury items, trips, and worst of all, people Jackie had never even heard of. And then came the final betrayal among the expenses, where payments to multiple unidentified women, some were listed as consultants, others as business. Jackie started noticing strange investments, but she was not naive. She knew exactly what was happening. Doe was not just careless with their money, he was using their shared wealth to support a secret life behind her back. Jackie was heartbroken. Everything she had worked for, everything she had believed in, seemed to fall apart right in front of her. But one thing was clear: she was not going to give up without a fight. That moment marked the decision that would turn their divorce into one of the messiest legal battles in celebrity history. And believe me, this is just the beginning, is where things take a truly explosive turn. Jackie had always prided herself on being a woman of grace, strength, and resilience. But this was different. This wasn't just about a marriage falling apart. This was about deception, betrayal, and a man she no longer recognized for weeks. Jackie remained silent. She didn't make any public statements, didn't post any cryptic messages on social media, and certainly didn't lash out at Doe in the way some expected her to. But behind the scenes, Jackie was strategizing. She knew that a divorce became unavoidable, but if Doe thought Jackie would just walk away quietly, he was completely wrong. With the help of her top legal team, Jackie started preparing for what would soon turn into one of the most expensive and scandalous breakups in recent history. Her first move was to freeze their joint accounts. Doe might have thought he could keep moving money around and covering his tracks, but Jackie acted quickly. Within days, her lawyers filed the necessary paperwork to stop Doe from taking any more money. Then came the next move: public filing. Jackie could have handled everything behind closed doors, but she wanted the world to know the truth. She made sure the divorce papers, complete with a full list of Doe's financial wrongdoings, were leaked to the press, and the moment the documents went public, the internet exploded. The $300 million showdown. Jackie demands what's hers. With a net worth of over $300 million, the divorce wasn't just a breakup. It was a battle for wealth, power, and dignity. Jackie, who had contributed significantly, Jackie was not going to let Doe walk away with more than he deserved, especially when it came to their shared fortune. But Doe was not ready to give up his luxurious lifestyle that easily. As soon as Jackie's demands became public, Doe went into full defense mode. At first, his team tried to play it down, releasing carefully worded statements saying the divorce was friendly and that both of them were simply parting ways. But no one believed that, because just days after those statements, Doe was caught doing something that would completely change everything. Change the narrative. Doe's biggest mistake: the leaked recordings. It all started with a mysterious, anonymous source who claimed to have insider information on the couple's financial war. At first, most people dismissed it as gossip. But then the audio recordings dropped, and what was in those recordings was his own voice, discussing how he planned to hide assets and avoid paying Jackie a fair share. I'm not letting her take everything he was heard saying she thinks she's getting half, but she has no idea what I've got stashed away. Within hours, the recordings were everywhere. Big news outlets picked up the story, social media went wild, and fans who had once admired Doe completely turned against him. People were angry. How could a man who built his empire with his wife be so cruel? How could he betray the woman who had stood by him for so many years? But Jackie, she was not surprised. She had always suspected that Doe was hiding something, and now she had the proof. She was ready to make him pay. The courtroom battle was about to start, and with the leaked evidence, Jackie had just made his final move. With the recordings exposing Doe's true intentions, Jackie's legal team took immediate action. They demanded full financial transparency, forcing Doe to reveal every account, investment, and property under his name. What they uncovered was shocking. Not only had Doe been hiding money, but he had also been secretly moving millions into offshore accounts, luxury properties, secret business deals, and even paying hush money. It was all out in the open for everyone to see. Jackie was no longer just asking for a divorce settlement. She wanted something far more. Jackie did not just ask for what was fair, she demanded justice. And let's just say, the judge was not impressed with Doe's actions. Jackie's lawyers argued that because of Doe's lies and financial tricks, she deserved a much bigger share of their money. After months of tough legal battles, depositions, and public scandals, the final decision came. Jackie was given one of the largest divorce settlements in celebrity history. So, where are they now? Jackie walked away stronger than ever, with her head held high and a bright future ahead of her. Instead of focusing on her fortune, Jackie worked hard to rebuild her life. She started new business projects, rebranded herself, and used what she went through to help other women who were going through high-profile divorces. As for Doe, his reputation never recovered. Even though he tried his best to fix his image, the damage was already too big. The leaked recordings, the financial scandals, and the way he treated Jackie left a permanent mark on his reputation. His career dropped, his business deals fell apart, and while he tried to keep up his fancy lifestyle, it quickly started to fall apart. It became clear that without Jackie, Doe was nothing, and that was the ultimate revenge.